Hey, there we go. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it might be where you are. Welcome back to my live stream. My name is Jeff Fritz. Today is February 22nd, 2019, and we're going to write a little bit of code today. How's it going there, chat room? Spilledmilk.com. Good morning. I saw your tweet. Thank you so much. You can only stay for about an hour. All right, that's cool. We'll get into some fun here today. Thanks so much for joining us. Hey, Lennon BR. User 4712, because users 0 through 4711 were all taken. So welcome, user 4712. And Hugo's here. Good morning. How's it going there? Shoot us last. Greetings from Argentina. Oh my gosh. Thank you for joining. Dialing in from Argentina. Hey, Stelzy, good to see you. All right. I've got my Xbox hat on today. We're not going to be gaming, but it felt good. Felt right to put on a little bit of Xbox today. Thank you for the follow, Spilled Milk. I appreciate you joining us. Smabs here. Apine Dax. Hey, good morning. Priyanshu. Hello. All right. Let's get some music playing in the background. Hey, Svava's here. What mischief? All kinds of mischief. Let me tell you about the mischief. I still have Edge open in the background here. Go away. Shoot. I don't want any extra sound effects coming through. The only sound effects that'll be playing are mine. Let's get some music playing. I want to bring up some music to code by. Some music that's engineered, that's designed to get us in the flow, to get us in the groove and focused. Focused on whatever task that you might have to do, whether it's writing code, doing homework, or even chores around the house. I'm going to play Red today, just because I like red. There we go. This is from our friend Mr. Carl Franklin. Hey, Fairy Wings.
Show love 100 boop.
Thank you so much for that kind cheer. I'm going to record that. I record every cheer over 100 bits when we're writing code. And we'll create a little... cheer graffiti here once we get into our code. Thank you so much, Fairy Wings. And for all of our cheers, all of our subs, we'll make donations this quarter to Black Girls Code. You can see more information about them on the wall below. And we want to support them because they help young girls of color, women of color, learn how to write code, get opportunities in technology, just like we have, and we're learning about. It's a terrific organization, and I'm proud to be able to support them this quarter on behalf of our community. Thanks so much, Fairy Wings, for that cheer. So let's see. So we got the music playing in the background. You can get a copy of the music at mtcb.pwop.com, or you can download the first 3 songs free. musictoflowby.com. Check it out. Hey, Gumshoe, good to see you. I need to update that. I started an emotes panel below me there. Jay Mickey, oh my gosh, thanks so much for that kind subscription. Bringing your Twitch Prime. You're gonna get all the emotes that I'm just about to talk about. Easy for me to say. I'll make a donation to Black Girls Code. Good morning, Welsh Ronaldo. Do the thing. That's a new emote that I just added yesterday. Do the thing. Absolutely. Oh my gosh. Triopticon. Thank you so much for bringing your Twitch Prime sub here as well. Was that a Murloc? No. That was Steve Carell from Bruce Almighty. There he goes. Hey, Coated Beard. All right, so we talked about music, Xbox hats. I want to make sure that I call out and thank our guest yesterday, Matt Veloso. Matt joined us. He's a technical advisor. I could say it. It is reported on his Twitter profile. He's the technical advisor to the CEO of Microsoft. Yeah. So he's got a lot of insight into where folks are going in the in the technology industry in our communities, and to hear him talk about IoT, Internet of Things devices, and ethics in our computing, and how these are things that we feel strongly about and are shaping some of the direction that we're going, really landed with me. And it's something that I thought more about. And it's something that in my mind now, I want to make sure that just because I can build something, because I can write an application to capture some data, to interact with some other system, doesn't necessarily mean I need to or I should. Let's do things that help benefit other folks. Let's make sure that we grow society, that we do beneficial, good things that make products or help other folks make our jobs easier. It sounds wishy-washy. It sounds a little over altruistic, but it really landed well with me, and it's something that I'm really going to think about at least over the next few days as I plan out my next few projects, the next things that I want to work on. So if you want to catch up on that, it's available in the video on demand. Actually, it's above, and I can publish that out to YouTube and the archive a little bit later today. Jay Mickey, have you purchased my personal dev domain yet? No. Why? I own about 10 different domains, and Ellieface isn't here, so she can't brag about the latest one that I bought that was more of a joke for $1. But you can find out more about that domain on her stream. I bought, but I have CSharpFritz.com. I have JeffreyFritz.com. I want to start next week. I want to start talking about building out a website for this show, for my presence here on Twitch, for a little bit of this education that we're doing. I own the fritzandfriends.live and fritzandfriends.stream domains, and I want to build out that presence so it becomes a little bit more of a nexus, a little bit more of a central place to get all kinds of information about what's going on, and be able to jump off to my blog, be able to interact with our community, because this stream isn't about me. It's about a bunch of folks that want to write code together. And I want to make sure that that's someplace that we can congregate and have a good time together. Lannon says .com is unavailable. Yeah, that's a shame. There is an and then emote now. You can see that in the emotes down below. fritzandfriends.dev would be a good link to the GitHub org page. Perhaps. I'm not spending $15,000 on a domain name. I'm not. There you go, Lannon. And then. And there's also a no that you can put, so you can have no and then. It's $900 still. I don't need that. So, or askfritzanything.com. That might be fun. Sure. We'll be down to $12. Honestly, .dev is not where I want to be. I'd rather be on a .com. I'd rather be on a .stream or a .live. Yeah. You don't have to need it. Just need it. I don't know about that. All right, so I've got a couple things that I want to get into today. Let's head over here to the tighter shot. 5462 is where we are on our follower count. If we get that number to 7,000 followers before May 1st, I will dye the beard rainbow for Microsoft Build 2019. And I'm working on what we're going to be doing for streaming at Microsoft Build, and I've got a couple of ideas. I'm working on getting some space. I'm working on getting allocated there. I have decided not to submit for Microsoft Build. I help coordinate a little bit of the contributions and submissions. I think for the event you'd prefer to hear from some of the folks that are building, that are hands-on building some of the Microsoft products that are announced and shared at that conference. So I want to make sure that those people have great submissions, and I'll do a streaming thing there, and we'll get folks to join us and have a good time writing some code together, learning. Rambling Geek, won't they become cheaper next week? That's what I'm hearing, and they've created an artificial gold rush for the .dev domains that I personally don't agree with. So, negative cooldown. Yeah, okay. The math is in the wrong direction. Did I do something wrong? No, we need to tune the bot. The Q&A in there isn't working well, so we do need to address that. Okay. Good. All right, just moving on. How's our sentiment? We'll see that on the next screen. Let's head over there. There we go. 64.5% happy. So the numbers that you see over here, it's probably easier for me to point with this finger. There we go. This is the sentiment of the chat room. It's trending upwards. That's the number for the last minute? 5 minutes? I forget which way it goes. The smiley face is the most recent chats, and it's measuring whether it's happy or sad, relatively. And the arrow is just a comparison for the last minute over the last 5 minutes. Is the last minute have greater sentiment or less sentiment than the last 5 minutes? Which way is it trending? I have a doctor's appointment this afternoon. I am so thrilled. If you've been watching me here on stream for a long time, you know that I've been dealing with sinuses. I've got a little bit of reflux that I've dealt with in the past. I've got a little congestion today. I had sinus surgery over this past summer. I've been literally since November 2017 trying to get my sinuses repaired, trying to get help because I do not sleep well at night. I've been saying for the better part now of 15 months that I've got sleep apnea, that I snore too much. And finally today, about an hour after we're done streaming today, I'm finally going to get a CPAP machine, and I'm going to be able to sleep a heck of a lot better tonight. I am so looking forward to this. So, just got yours a few months ago, Death Packs. All right. Wife uses a tiny CPAP, and it's done wonders. Oh, that's fantastic, and it's life-changing, I'm hoping. Svava, thanks so much for that kind cheer. Yeah. A Darth Vader mask? A Darth Vader mask? Svava and Fairwings know you've just pushed the button, the right button here.
A Darth Vader mask? I would know nothing about that. Nothing. It's going to be amazing.
Sleep apnea is serious. Yeah, I know. That's why I went to my doctor and said, let's fix this back in November. Oh, we need to go see a specialist. And the specialist sent me to another specialist. Sent me to another one. And it's been a long time, and I'm not thrilled with how long it's taken. And we're finally getting this solved. So the robot voice might have been a bit too far. Couldn't understand it well at all. Is that better? How about now?
I mean, come on. It's not that bad.
All right. Let's see. What do we got here? Wait. I was diagnosed when I was overweight, but went away after you lost. Wow, that's a lot. Okay. Yeah, I've been losing weight. I'm down about 15 pounds. sorry, empirical system, United States and all that. And we're getting there. We're getting there, but I'm still having a bit of a problem here. And hopefully it clears up a bit. Okay. Let's see. All right, let me get into the project here, and we'll talk a little bit more about where we're going with this. We've been working on this project, the Stream Deck Toolkit, over here. Here it is. And there's a lot going on here. And we've got a couple issues that we've been working through. We've got a couple pull requests. Derek's pointing out that we need to make sure we loop back and ensure that our Mac experience works great. But this is a project that's going to enable folks to build actions, to build plugins for the Stream Deck, so that you can have that device do all kinds of interesting and neat things. And we've got some updates that we need to make. We need to continue tuning and preparing the device so that it works, not the device, the toolkit, so that it works great in different places. And the toolkit has several different parts. There's a template that's written in C-Sharp there's a template that generates C-Sharp code so that you can build a plugin. We've got some scripts that help register and set up the debugging process. And we've also got a .NET Standard library called Stream Deck Lib. We've got another .NET Core-based library called streamdecklib.config. Right? Is this Core or is this... I can't remember if this is Core or Standard. This is Core, because this uses Seralog to read files from disk by default and configure the plugin. Now, we can make other configuration capabilities in there, but this is the initial one that we built to make it easier for folks to get started in here. And you were having 90 plus apnea events a night after CPAP down to 1 or 3. That's amazing death packs. Mrs. C Sharp Fritz is in great shape. Actually, if you're a subscriber, you have access to the C Sharp squirrel face emote. She made that emote. That's her original drawing of a shocked squirrel. She's also made a number of the other recent emotes. The do the thing she made, and I forget what the last one was that I put in. Let me look at my emotes real quick here. She made the squirrel. She made do the thing. She made the hype. The ninja sloth, the C Sharp ninja sloth. She made that one as well. No and then were made by Fierce Kittens. Yeah. So fun stuff. All right. So this is what the toolkit is and does, and we've also got a test project out here that runs some unit tests to make sure that things work properly. And this builds, and I don't know why that tests pill isn't refreshed properly. May need to look into that. But this all builds and is regularly available from Azure DevOps. Now, oh my gosh. Do you have Octotree? You could have been using that to browse around. You're right, I do have it installed, and I just forget that it's up here and browse around. You're right, Smab. I should have done that. So that's nice. This gets us started, but a question that's come up, and rightfully so, is we need a little bit of documentation about how to get started and what are the good ways to work through here. I have this vision of adding Roslyn analyzers in here as well to help enforce and promote good interactions with the device. But I want to unblock some folks. I want to enable those people that do want to write some documentation to be able to start doing that. So I think I have a documentation item down here, and I started looking into Read the Docs. So Read the Docs is a great website and tool for taking Markdown and turning it into a very searchable and a great resource for building documentation. So it's available as a commercial product, basic, advanced, custom capabilities. This is an open source project that we're using, that we're building. So we can actually use readthedocs.org to build and promote this type of interaction. So I'm going to start setting up Read the Docs for our project, create a docs folder inside of the repository so that folks that want to contribute documentation or folks that complete a feature and want to make sure that people know how to use it can add some documentation, publish it, and then it's available for folks to be able to learn from. So let's sign up. And I'm going to... Yep, you've seen my email addresses. I am C# Fritz. I'll create a password. I should make it a good password. There you go. And sign up like that. Yes, sign up. A user with that username already exists. Really? Then I want to sign in. Can I sign in with GitHub? Will it do that? Authorize Read the Docs community. Yes, that's fine. Sure. I'm not going to give you access to... okay. I guess they already have access to those. No. I'm going to grant access to the Fritz and Friends organization. Is that my password? Yes, good. No. Okay. Authorize it. Do the thing. Here we go. You're about to use your GitHub account. As a final step, please complete the following form. Yeah, do it. Now, why is it so... I thought I was logged in. Sign in with GitHub. Why does it say that it already exists? Somebody else is logged in? I mean, whatever. That's stupid. An account already exists. You're kidding me, right?
Inconceivable!
I guess I do have one. Now I gotta figure out what the password is. I guess I do have one. Your primary email address is not verified. Please verify it here. Okay. Yes. Resend verification. I love code. Thank you so much for the resub. I appreciate you hanging with us. And we'll make a donation to Black Girls Code. Thank you so much for that. Let me see there. Optimal 475. I've been lurking on your channel for a week. Oh, well, thank you so much for joining us, Optimal. Thinking of learning how to program. Is the C# course by Bob Tabor on Microsoft Virtual Academy any good? It's very good. Bob's a friend, and I absolutely recommend his content. It is Bob is a premier lecturer and teacher on the programming language. Definitely check that out. I like the nice stream emote there. I love code. Hey, Wise Cube and Flying Pink Monkey is here. Hello. Oh my gosh, some of my friends from the creative community are joining us. Thank you so much. And Mike Jolly, thank you. That is so kind. Gifting a sub over there to Optimal 475.
I love it when a plan comes together.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Thanks so much for doing that. And we'll make a donation to Black Girls Code. Phenomenal. All right, I want to see what else is going on here. Let's make sure. I must have used it at some point. You're right. Read the docs. It somehow managed to jumble the English version with sometimes German headings. Translation system gone wrong. Oh no. That should be my... Okay, there we go. Good. So, connected services. I want to connect to GitHub. Okay, good. So, now what? Now what do I do? my projects. You don't have any projects yet, but you can start building documentation by importing one. Let's zoom in there a little so we can see this. Not sure how to get started documenting your project? Check out the Getting Started guide to learn how. Yes, please, tell me how. So this uses a format and a tool called Sphinx. It's a powerful documentation generator that has many features for writing technical documentation. Blah, 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 blah. Markdown, yes. Cross-referencing code, syntax highlighting code examples, first and third-party extensions. Fantastic. Assuming you have Python already, create a I happen to create a directory inside your project to hold your docs. All right, so let's go over to my Stream Deck project. So this is the project folder on my disk that has the documentation, the things that I've been working on. And I'm going to create a branch, and I will call it Feature Docs, because I'm going to start creating the documentation here. Reminds me of the old Robo Help system. Yeah, it's a little bit like that. Absolutely. And I want to make sure that we learn a little bit about Read the Docs, because while I might be using it for this software project, there might be other documentation or community shared books that folks want to share, want to collaborate on together, and using GitHub for source control so that you maintain state and you record changes to things and you're able to track those changes is a great way to track and build together documentation that Read the Docs will actually allow you to see the different versions of, export as a PDF, HTML, or even EPUB format. Now, EPUB format, if you're not familiar, is the format that the Amazon Kindle uses. So if you have a reader device like that, it'll present it as a book format for you if that's the way that you consume and read documentation. Pretty nice stuff. So let's create a space for my documents to live. I think we should just name the folder Docs. Right? Chat room. Docs plural or doc singular? Which way should it go? Kindles use Mobi, not EPUB. I thought they were... I thought it was compatible. I prefer plural. That's what I thought too. Docs, yeah. Always docs. Okay. Very good. So I'll go down into the docs folder, and I do have Python installed. I do have Python installed. That's not where it is. I do have Python installed. I thought I put Python right here. I mean, there's my notebooks and some of the other things that I've been working on here. There it is, Intel Python 3. This is where I have it. So there's Python. I should be able to... I forget what it is to get started. Isn't it just... Right? It should be setting my path appropriately. Yeah. All right. So let me change over into my Intel Python folder. And what was the name of that again? It was Setup Intel. Get all my folder stuff. Link out that video. It was cool. Oh, thank you. Yeah, all these things already exist. I know. I thought there was a quick and easy way to set up... Now I'm blanking. To set up my environment. No. Ugh. Ugh. No. No. Bad idea. And this isn't in my path. Feels like it should be. Yes, terminate that. You know what I mean? And there's all the setup stuff in there. Primarily for AI dev. Yeah, Intel does have a Python distro. Is there something special about Intel Python? Yes, there is, actually. Intel Python uses their DLLs, their libraries from C++, so you use your Intel processors more effectively. So you end up seeing huge performance bumps. I thought setting up the environment was mostly having it in path. There's also, it's not just having it in path. There's a Python root item that you need as well, so that it has, so that it knows where the packages all live. And it, yeah, I'm not quite sure why it's not doing that properly, right? I mean, this should be something easy to find and set up, right? Because if I just run Python here, great, I'm in, right? Yeah, I know. There we go. And now I'm in the wrong environment. I need to add Python into my path. Also see big jumps when using their USB. Yes. Finally catching the stream from California. Nice. Seems like WSL would be good use here. I thought I had it. I have git bash. So it's not quite. Yeah. That's not configured properly either. Yeah, we need to set the project. See, I can run Python from the command line and... Ugh. Gosh. Right? I can't even run pip from here. Because it doesn't have all the things in the path, right? Python isn't in the path. Python will already be installed when you open WSL and pop into the directory. Was N301. Such a chill stream. Well, thank you. I'm kind of bumbling along here trying to figure out why my Intel Python install isn't in the path. And that annoys me. Right? It's doing a robocopy. I don't want to do the robocopy. And then it runs conda config. Yes, MVA, they are retiring it later this year, and you should see most of that content roll over to Microsoft Learn. Yeah, I'm actually kind of annoyed that this isn't... right? No, that isn't where I want to be either. What's conda hook PS1? Oh, no. Conda root. Import module. Really? So then if it imports this... I don't want to open with all that other stuff. Use Notepad. Get conda environment. Activates a conda environment. No, this isn't going to do what I want, and there's nothing here that just adds it in. Do you need to run it as admin? No. You can't just add the Python folder because it won't find, where is it? The binaries, the scripts, right? Pip isn't here. You need to actually tell Python where all those things live. So that's why when you look at this script, there's also a Python root environment variable. Which I actually do have installed and set up. But my path... Where is it? For some reason isn't finding it. Alright, let's force it onto the path then. Right, is the path ending with a semi? I don't want to put an extra semi. Nope. See, Intel Python Okay. So now I should be able to just run Python. I'm in the same folder. Dummy. Alright, stream deck. First, docs, that's where I was. So now I should be able to run Python, right? No, because it was up here in this command. Now I gotta reset that. Yeah. I went and exited. C, Intel, Python 3. Okay. So now I should be able to run Python here. Yes. Good. All right. I don't know why it's not part of my path, but whatever. All right, so I need to start with pip install Sphinx. Pip install Sphinx. See, it doesn't find pip. Right? So I'm kind of at a if you add it in your system info, it should be there. Right. Python is configured, but it's not... it feels like it's half installed, you know? Let's do this. I think I have it in a downloads folder. I'm not going to futz with this. I'm just going to reinstall so that it reconfigures everything. This is a pain in the neck. I shouldn't have to do all this. It's there. I installed. Do it. Could also use the Docker image. Yes. Sure. I do have the Intel Python Docker image locally. It is... Look at all the things I've been building. Now why don't I see it? And I'm forgetting the name of that Docker image. Like I just did this a couple days ago. What's Python better for than something like Fsharp or Rust? You know what? I don't know. I haven't analyzed those two languages. I'm only installing Python so I can install this, and I find it terribly annoying. How about docfx? No. I'd rather use read the docs. Thinking this through. Right, so I could do the Python pip. So I'm going to set the path again, which still I find terribly annoying. Equals, all right, %path, %semi, C, Intel, Python 3. How are you kidding me? All right, Intel, Python 3. All right, Python -m pip. Is it actually installing it? Or is it just locked up? Fsharp does some of the same things. There we go. All right. Install Sphinx. And then I'm down in the docs folder. When I get there, I'm going to Sphinx quick start. Let that finish installing. Python's very clean, simple, easy to learn language. Yes. A lot of folks are learning it as their first language because it is so simple. So, probably just having a Google stack or the modules have to be there first. Yeah. For better good. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate you joining us. Come on. Yeah, whatever. I'm not going to upgrade because I'm just about done. So I'm going to go into my folder, which is cdev, stream deck first, docs, and I'm going to Sphinx quick start. Nope, doesn't know how to do that. You're killing me, Smalls. You're killing me. Windows. Yeah. Why didn't it find it? How long am I a programmer? Asks Arzeka. I've been doing this for better part of 20 years. Yeah. Next week, start Twitch AWS show on Wednesday. Who is? So almost like, why learn R for data science when you can pick up Python? To each their own. Okay. All right, so now you're telling me I should do Sphinx quick start? No. I don't want to do the... I don't want the latest development. But pip install you Sphinx uninstalled everything. Do that again. Okay. No. I don't have WSL installed. Yeah, I don't know how I'm 10 major versions behind. This feels stupid. I even... Seriously? I mean... Yeah. I'm following the instructions, aren't I? Right? Python-m pip install upgrade pip. I mean, I'll run an administrator command prompt. Percolato, thank you for the follow. Okay, I've got to reset the path again. RF Nido, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you joining us. Python install upgrade pip. No. There's a file missing. Great. I'm telling you to install it. You're finding an existing installation, but I'm telling you I don't want the existing installation. I'm telling you upgrade it, and it's not upgrading. And over here, right, I've installed Sphinx. There it is. It's already there. It's already installed. And I can't execute Sphinx Quick Start. And Python M Sphinx Quick Start says it doesn't exist. Sphinx.cmd.quickstart? Holy crow. Where the heck did you find that, Nui? Points to you. Where the heck did you find that? Okay, you have two options for placing the build directory for Sphinx output. Either use a directory _build within the root path, or use separate source and build directories within it. Sure, separate them. Inside the root directory, two more directories will be created: _templates for custom HTML templates and _static for custom style sheets and other static files. You can enter another template, another prefix to replace the underscore. No, that's fine. The project name will occur in several places in the built documentation. Project name: Stream Deck Toolkit. Author names: Jeffrey T. Fritz and community. Project release. Whatever. If the documents are to be written in a language other than English, you need to select the language here by its language code. Sphinx will then translate text that it generates into that. We're going to write it in English. File name suffix for the source files. This is either .txt or .rst. Only files with this suffix are considered documents. Okay. The document is special and is considered the top node of the contents tree. That is, it is the root of the hierarchical structure. Normally, this is the index, but if your index document is a custom template, whatever. Indicate which of the following Sphinx extensions should be enabled. Automatically insert doc strings from modules. Okay. Automatically test code snippets from doc. Link between Sphinx documentation of different projects. Write to-do entries that can be shown or hidden up. Oh, that sounds nice. Okay. Check for documentation coverage. I don't know what that is. Image math. Include math such as rendering PNG or SVG image. Yeah, I'd like PNGs. Sure. Rendering in the browser with math jacks. No. Conditional inclusion of content based on config values. No. Include links to the source code of documented Python objects. No. Create no Jekyll file to publish the document on GitHub pages. Yes. Make file in Windows command file be generated for you so that you only have to run make HTML instead of invoking Sphinx. Yes, please. Create a Windows. Yes, please. Okay. So there's a thing now. Yeah, this feels okay. At the moment, you're getting a Stream Deck plugin issue where the property inspector gets a different UUID than the Fsharp plugin. Ooh, that's weird. Okay. Yeah. We're working on a setup system ourselves. So I know the struggle with some of this. All right. What's in that make.bat? Push D, the current location, command file, if Sphinxville build equals this. Ugh. That's not going to work. Make sure you have the Sphinx echo, you have Sphinx installed and that the Sphinx build environment variable to point to the full path of the Sphinx build executable. Oh dear God. This is never going to work on my machine. This is, yeah. There is this. What do we got there? Docker.com, read the docs, build. What do we got? Docker images. These are Docker images, image definitions used by read the docs build environments to encapsulate the build process. Oh, good. Read the docs build 3 stable, the latest. Ubuntu supporting Python, blah, 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 blah. This is the latest default image. Great. You can compile these images locally. How do I use it? Come on, man. Great. You're kidding. This isn't very convincing when... No. No. Yeah. .NET is for resource-intensive tool chains and build tools with special requirements, like .NET. And this is extremely old. Look at the DNX in there. 2017, yeah. Okay. I'm not feeling good about this, friends. A documentation system that has bad documentation on getting started with using the documentation system to build documentation. Doesn't make me feel good. It is not noob friendly at all, too, Wolf. You're right. You're absolutely right.
Wait, let me explain something to you.
Your job is to build documentation. If you can't even build documentation that says how to build documentation, what do I do? Doxygen? I really like the format that this generates, but it's like... Oh, and we gotta install Recommon Mark also? Oh dear God. It was originally created for Python documentation. That explains a little bit with the Python integration. Okay. Links to examples generated with Sphinx can be found in... You know what? I'm going to reinstall Python. There's something messed up with my Python install here. Honestly. Let's get this thing reinstalled. Icons, thank you for that resub. 3 months. That's going to put you into... I believe it's the red mug. Right. Right, the red mug. Yeah, it puts you into a red mug. There you go. We use MK Docs, which is still Python. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to reinstall Python. Because I can. Thank you, Immaculate5321. I appreciate the follow. Thank you for joining us. I look forward to seeing you in the chat room. Do the thing. I agree, Icons. You know what? Something isn't installed quite right. When in doubt, uninstall, reinstall, pray for the best. Am I right? So that one's fine. I'm going to close this PowerShell, and hopefully this will give me a better Python install. WiseCube, oh my gosh, thanks so much for the sub. Reboot, DD. We will not be rebooting.
Inconceivable!
They would shut down the whole stream. It'd be terrible. No rebooting. Look, come on, Python. There we go. That was successful. New to Python. What's new? Disable path limit. Length limit. Changes your machine configuration to bypass the max path. I've already done that somewhere else. All right. Let's restart PowerShell. The moment of truth. Really? This isn't Iron Python. This is just regular Python. I'm going to click that repair. I could just use Dave Glick's YM. Yeah, but does YM generate documentation? It generates static sites. Yeah, more like blogs. So, API documentation from source files. Where do you see that? Oh, here. From assemblies. Not bad. Where'd it go? There it is. Come on. Come on.
You can do it!
Okay. Feel free to email if you continue to encounter issues. Don't test me. Okay. Configuring Python. What do you got there for us, Nui? What's in my current path is another question. To temporarily set, open, and issue the set command. Yeah. Come over here. So there's my current path, and there's a lot in there, so let's put it into Notepad. Python, it did not add it to the path, so let's start there. And it did not set Python path. What exactly did it install? Yes, Intel Python is supposed to be completely. But, I mean, I ran through the... You've seen me run through the install process now 3 times, and it has not set the path. I don't think that's even the right location. Put the damn quotes around it. No, it's not even down here. No, it's not here.
You're about to get a serious beatdown.
Where the heck did it put it? I have a Python and a Python 3.6. Those were folders that I created some time ago. Python is where I've been working. Python 3.6 is not what I just installed. So this is another install that I've put down. This is another copy of that Intel Python. I'm going to remove it. So I don't confuse things and get myself into trouble. How did I install Python? Using the Python installer that I downloaded from python.org. Literally, Python 3.7.2 exe, and boom, nothing. Have I tried running Py? Are you freaking kidding me? Python doesn't work. Pip doesn't work. And it's not the version I installed. Exactly. So I tried doing py-m pip and then using that to install Sphinx. Now I'm going to have another Sphinx install somewhere else on disk that doesn't work. And that will not, right? Look at this, cached. It's not going out and fetching the latest one. And I've got a different version of pip. Pip install upgrade, because it did not install properly. No. I'm giving up on this. I've got other things to do. We've spent an hour just trying to install Python, and it does not work. I shouldn't need admin console. I'm sorry. This is unacceptable. This is unacceptable. I am going to go through and gut anything that says Python on my machine and literally start over. I do not have time to futz with this on stream. I've spent an hour. I am not going to go further on it. This is ridiculous. These install instructions are terrible. You can clip it and quote me on it. All right. Moving on. Successful my foot. Doesn't work. And I've got video proof. Moving on. I'm not going to do this one right now. I do need to add this to the publish process. Well, actually, I think we did do this. Let's go to... oh, jeez. Yeah, let's go into the Stream Deck tools. Question remains, where did the installer put it? I don't know, and it doesn't say. You've never had problems with Python on Linux and Windows. You know what? You saw me run the install. You saw it say it repaired. You saw me try to run it from the command line, and it doesn't work. And it doesn't give me any help indicating what the problem is to go and fix. So, and I'm not exactly a average person starting up here who's just trying to learn the language. What's going to happen when they try it? Does it work fine from there? What store? Help me out here, little Dan. What store? This is why you use Anaconda. It's a niche distro. I'm literally going to python.org, and it doesn't work. I mean, look. Okay. Really, Windows? Thank you. Nope. Python, Python, Python. Your Anaconda don't want none unless it's got 500 on. To the Microsoft Store? For getting Python running, you need two things in your path. I know. And the path where Python is installed with scripts. Yes. I did add Python to the path. I did go through the checkbox. Python.org distro is trouble on Windows. Anaconda is much easier to set up and to get up and running, so even though it's geared to data science, will work for lots of other tasks too. Fine. And now I'm stuck here. Come on. While that's working. So we did some merging, we did some changing here. And we've got a suggestion from Hugo that for some reason isn't building quite right. We're going to need to go back and look at that. But I want to look at this build process. And as we merged and moved things around, things changed a little bit. .NET Build now is going into Stream Deck Lib and building not just the library, but also the config project now and the test project. It's running the test project good. I've got it running .NET Pack against both the library project and our config project so that we get both NuGet packages coming out of this. So I believe it is properly now pushing to NuGet.org. Nope, still trying to remove Python. This is why I have little faith in this. Stream Deck Lib. There it is. So now it is out there. Fantastic. And we can work with this and use these versions. Home app data local programs Python. There is a note in there that the store version is still being evaluated. Yeah, I'm not going to touch that. Scripts folder contains pip and more. Yes, I know. And that's why I was saying this doesn't look like it's configuring properly, and I'm not going to futz with it. I shouldn't have to go and move things around to get it configured properly. I should be able to just say install, and it installs, and I have Python on my command string. Downloaded Intel Python Docker image, did the pip upgrade, same exact error. Yeah. Yeah. Look. I'm not exactly configured strange here. So, I don't know what's going on, but I've got stuff to report and get folks feedback that this is frustrating. So we'll finish removing Python there and move on. And we'll figure out how to get back into that docs another time. It makes me sad because I really wanted to get that working. The configuration project now is in, so I'm going to close this. It's now available. But we do need to get that into the template. So we'll have to figure that out as well. We got some feedback from Tyler. Tyler's looking at trying to make Stream Deck actions using PowerShell on the fly. And I'm not quite sure where. I want this action as an easy way to get the actions field so I can dynamically register action objects based on the actions in manifest.json. So I am doing this on the fly. We are looking up actions and registering them. So, hey, thanks for the host, Chef Brent and Twilio. Good to see you. And I'll give you a call afterwards, Brent. I did see your message. I want to make sure that we're on the same page. All right, so this is called, what's it called? It's not there. This is called Octotree. It'd be nice if it said its name here somewhere. There we go, Octotree. This plugin is available for Firefox and Chrome. You can install it, and it lets you more easily navigate around your GitHub projects. All right, let's take a look. We do need Yeah, I want read the docs, but I'd like that nice, clean documentation format. And I don't want to go find, a whole bunch of other things and have to reevaluate, because I really like the format that read the docs comes in. But may need to move on and choose something else. So, all right. The other project that I wanted to work on was our. Well, wait. Hang on. I've already said that the template needs a little bit of help. And I actually want to write some code today. I don't want to go through and negotiate this, because this is going to take a little bit of time to go through. Let's go fix the template, because we've updated how things launch now. If you look at how the program class is structured right now, it's got a lot of things it goes and configures, but we've updated our sample down here. Here it is. So that it's only got 4 lines of code. Register all actions, so it automatically bootstraps and loads all the actions we have here. Hey, Robert Tables is here. Good morning, good to see you. So I want to put this format into the template so that there is as little as possible that you need to configure to get this up and running. So I think that's a good place to start. And then we'll go back over to our unit test plugin and continue working there. I think that feels like the right order of things now. So let's go over to Stream Deck first. So this is my branch of the project. I'll add that docs folder. Starting with read the docs. But until I get it running, I'm not going to push that up. Fingers. Long password, and I always mistype it. Let me go over here to dev. And let's check out a new branch for, let's call this bug update template. Cool. You know what? And I'm going to do this in Visual Studio Code, because the template won't load properly in full Visual Studio 2019. Upgrading your Python on Windows from 3.7.1 to 3.7.2. Good luck to you, C17. Did you update from upstream? Yes. So I did do a bunch of updates back and forth from upstream to make sure that I had my project updated properly, so that I don't push and get a whole bunch of smush out there coming back. So my sample plugin now, right, in CSproj has a project reference to the Stream Deck lib config project. So I'm going to grab that, and in my template, I will add to, not the new spec, to the CSproj file, not just a Stream Deck lib here, but I'll add a package reference. Really? There we go. Include equals, and then we'll include that. Version equals 0. Star. Cool. So now this will reference and include Stream Deck lib. Why did you go over to Fsharp? All right. Hey, Dryad T, good to see you.
People know me.
And they're joining us. Thank you. You mostly work in Python. Best way I can recommend these days to install on Windows is through the Windows Store. Yeah, that I have a problem with installing development tools from the Windows Store, because stuff from the Windows Store is sandboxed. It's typically protected from being able to make changes on your machine. So I worry that if I'm going to install a development tool from there, I'm going to be blocked from being able to interact properly with things. This is the program file that the template starts with, and it's got all this extra goo in here for building a logger and making sure that it uses things properly over here. I'm going to go over to our sample plugin, which does things in this much tighter format, and grab just this static async task main and use this instead, because our config project has all of these things in here. Oh, it didn't. I want to format the document. Right? Edit. Where'd it go? Format document. You're kidding, right? Shift Alt F. Okay, whatever. So there it goes. Good. That should make it a little bit easier to build and have plugins that have the smallest amount of code necessary that you need to change. Hard pass, hard pass. What's going on? What happened, C17? Really need to learn C#, says Andre. Any tutorials for a novice you recommend? There was a comment earlier about Bob Tabor's C# course on Microsoft Virtual Academy. Check it out. It's very, very good. What about Chocolatey for the Python install? I've done that as well in the past. I have a feeling that's where one of these other Pythons came from that I had. If I open another PowerShell here, really? There we go. So if we do a choco install Python, no. Try this again. Choco install Python. Now this should actually be doing the exact same thing. Going and finding this. Not Bob Tabler's. Bob Tabor. I did have them and I removed a bunch of them. So. But my expectation is when this is done, I should be able to run Python at the command line or pip at the command line and it does something. And it wasn't. And that makes me sad. All right, so this looks like I have this updated and I can test my template. Well, it'll actually test the template during the build process. So git status, there we go. My program CS and my CS proj file. It's cleaned up now so that it's a little bit more nicely aligned. And our template now has a default plugin action. Good. So I think that's right. Let's commit and push this. Updated template to use to use config. Cool. Push that. You make me annoyed. There we go. While that's working, I will peek over here. Chocolatey installed. Really? Nope. Nope. Liar! It does not work. In fact, that doesn't work either. All right, so Stream Deck Toolkit. There we go. Compare and pull requests. And I should have one commit, and it's able to merge. I'm okay with that. This was a thing to make test work properly. What are you using that is displayed as a proper arrow? Oh, inside of Visual Studio Code, it is what are the glyphs called? I'm sorry, Stormlocks? What? Ligatures, that's it. Thank you, C17. Right, and that's in the, you have to install a format for that. right? It's like user, and then enable font ligatures right here with Fira code. You got it. Yep. Tarek V. Selleck, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you joining us. Yeah, you want to see the path? I only have the one. Let me open a new PowerShell just to make sure we get a fresh. No. Jay Rotello, thank you so much for that kind subscription with your Twitch Prime. And we'll make sure that we make a donation to Black Girls Code. There's Python. Now it works. Okay, now that's working. Interesting, it didn't work the other 4 times. Path wasn't reloaded? That's interesting that it wasn't. Bognog, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you joining us. Yeah, 5's the charm. Right? Enjoy the emotes. Yes, Robert Tables. There's, I believe, 10 emotes now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, there's 10 emotes at tier 1, including the screaming squirrel, gritty. The Octocat with a rainbow beard.
And then?
Clippy with a rainbow beard. Yeah. You're learning so much. Thank you. So, let's try this one again. See if this bombs again like it was earlier. Nope. Using cached. It's not going to find it. Rich Ashby. Thank you so much for the follow. Oh my gosh, Chef Brent. Thank you for the sub. That's very kind of you. We'll make a donation to Black Girls Code. Okay, that worked. Something had to be screwed up with these previous installs. Screwed up bad. But let's create this pull request for the bug update template. Yep. Do this. Checking for the ability to merge. Do the thing. Don't know where it was caching, but uninstalling it made it a little bit better. And there we go. Now it's actually building. Come on. I don't want to click that button. And I don't want to. What I found was that if I squashed and merged, it when I went to pull back, it was out of sync and it was remerging the same things again and again and again. Does the positivity tracker add credence for people subscribing? No, it doesn't. That's where I think we might want to do something with ML.net. Between emotes, subscriptions, follows, those are positive things that I think we should dial into that. So, I think that might be a good idea to extend. And now this is crawling. It's one of those days, friends. It is one of those days.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
Yeah. It is a shame. It's like, I've got so much I want to do, and I can't. You know what? I'm going to rebase this. Let me rebase. Right? Oh, come on, man. Really? I mean, forget that. Dev, git merge. No, I'm in dev. What? I thought we changed. I thought we saved that. Oh, crap. No. Okay, why isn't it? Right, isn't it like git stash add? Git stash. I should be able to just say git stash. No, it's not picking up that one change. No. Oh, look at that. It reloaded. But it's got the right version of things in here. I'm not going to get bent out of shape on this. Yeah. Git stash should have just worked. You're kidding. Really? Right, I should be able to git reset and... This doesn't make sense to me at all. What's it doing with that file? Right, and when I look at my files changed... Oh, it's the stupid spacing. Oh, no, I did gut all that stuff. Yeah, that's right. This is the spacing. But it's got the right versions in here. Hide the white space, apply and reload. Right, there's the stuff I gutted, and it's just that. Fine. And it built properly. Merge it. Okay, so that merged into dev. I will delete the branch. Okay. So now I should be able to pull upstream dev. You stink. And stash doesn't work either. Try Padada Pomen says try reset from origin. No. Git reset should nuke that modified file. Yeah, git reset hard. And it doesn't work. Try this again. No. Thinks it's modified. Fine. Delete it. Reset it. No. I'm not going to touch my carriage return line feed configs. If I remove this item, okay. Are you kidding me? I'm not in the middle of a merge. Yeah. No. Did I exit VS Code? Sure did. If you really don't have local changes, delete the local branch and repull. I think you're right, Smab. I think you're onto something. And then git checkout dev. Git pull upstream dev. Really?
Shame. 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 Shame.
Now will you pull? Really? Gee, I wonder why. We do need a shame emote with that lady's face. Oh my gosh, it would be glorious. Git add templates, and just find the whole thing. Git commit. Fixed merge. Why is it merging it again? Is my problem. Git push. Okay. Next problem. Set registration UUID from template execution. What do you got for us here, Hugo? Rather than doing a regex set or some other complex operation to extract the UUID for the project, specify it when running the template, where it is originally specified to run the template. I don't know what that means. So you're suggesting put it into the register script. Auth0 Bobby with a resub. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate you dropping the sub there. We'll make a donation to Black Girls Code. And make sure you check out Auth0 Bobby. He just got affiliate status this week on Twitch. He's doing a stream in the afternoons. Oh my gosh. Is that really Bob? is that really Bob Tabor? Dude, thanks so much for stopping by. I gotta throw a VIP on Bob Tabor there. Thank you so much for stopping by. Were your ears burning, folks, hearing that I'm mentioning that you've got some great C# courses out there, and folks need to check them out over there on MVA. Long-time listener, first-time caller. Are you kidding me?
Wow.
I'm flattered, Bob. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. The PR has a lowercase and uppercase P for the plugin name variable. Yeah, that's going to be a little tricky. Let me come back to this one. I want to finish the task that I wanted to work on, and then we'll look at some pull requests maybe on Sunday stream. And we've only got 20 minutes left. Oh my gosh. Tell you what, Bob, since I don't know if you're new here, but I want to make sure that I show you this project that we've been working on. We've been extending. And then I want to make sure I definitely need to include Fairy Wings Cheer here when we get back into my code. We are working on, I call this the Stream Deck dashboard, and I'm going to close my other Visual Studio that I have here. Some folks say you can't have too many Visual Studios running. I see you can't have too many Visual Studios installed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's enough. Let me change my theme back to the dark theme. Right?
I need to go back to the dark side.
And there we go. All right, terrific. So what we're trying to build here is we're building a series of developer tools that we can use with our Stream Deck. Now, the Stream Deck is this little gadget that I use to help drive the stream. And you can see I've got some of my sound effects loaded up here. Things like...
I drink and I know things.
Yeah, that's this one. All my and-thens, and I've even got Len Grossman over here.
First, take a big step back.
Okay, Len. Anyways, so we've built some features, some extensions onto this, so it does more than just play music. And we can rebuild it. We can make it stronger and do more cool things. So I've started on this one here that I call .NET Core unit tests. And I eventually want to extend this so it'll run any kind of unit test. Yeah! Oh yeah, Bob. Check this out, right? So in case you haven't seen one of these, right, there it is. There's the Stream Deck. There's the box. It's the real thing. I have a few. I'm running a lot here. Anyways, so what I want this button to do is when I press it, start running my unit tests for my project. And because the buttons are interactive and I can set the image, the content that's on the button, I want it to show, while I'm coding or whatever, the status of my unit tests. Because having that in a window somewhere on screen might be a little distracting. But to have it here, off screen in a button that I can start and stop easily on my Stream Deck, that's kind of convenient. So I'm going to press and hold this to get it started, and it's not working for me. Probably because when I started, I told it not to debug. So we have a debugger hooked up to this so that you can actually attach to the Stream Deck as it's running. It's really cool, and I'm absolutely enamored with working with this device, and that's why I love building and working on this here. So I have a command file that launches this and attaches the debugger. I'm going to turn off the debugger I'll turn it off for right now. And I will restart the Stream Deck. So that's killing the Stream Deck application. When you write a plugin, it just connects to the locally running Stream Deck application and then traffics the information back and forth to the hardware. And I know a number of folks here in the chat room have gotten a couple. Hey, you're back. Carrie Payette is here. Hey, Carrie. Good to see you. True story, dark themes are easier on the eyes but harder on stream encoder compression algorithms. I'd believe that. I would believe that. Alright, so now when this starts up, I should be able to go over here, and if I hold down the button 2, 3, 4, and let go, we should see it change. There it is. It's running my tests, and we'll get some better pictures in here. These are some decent defaults. And there it is. 2 past tests, and none of them failed, and I get a nice green icon here that appears on my device. I see it both on screen and on the hardware. It's actually running these unit tests. If I make one of them fail as I'm working, well, I've changed the code, it automatically reruns it. I didn't touch it, and I should get the one fail popping up. There it is, with a nice red icon. That feels nice, but I want to start leveraging some of the good work that our friend Carrie did. You can see her there in stream. Carrie started working on the property inspector capabilities, integrating with this bit here. This is HTML that is being displayed inside the application so that you can configure how your action behaves. So, there's a couple of the ones that I have installed here, just custom ones that we've built. So I want to trick this out with some information like, where's the project you want to test? And I think that's an initial, a simple initial one to put in here so that we can tell it, well, here's where you want to go to run your test, and it'll just run .NET Test. I think in the future, we should be able to not just run .NET Test, but maybe run npm watch, right, and have it watch certain things. So maybe you have a JUnit test you have out there, or some other testing framework that you want to use with this, so you're not just .NET. We use a .NET process to launch and monitor what's in there and be able to pick up how many tests are successful. But I think as a simple little thing here, to just report back works great. So let's see about building and adding in that property inspector. Now we saw from some of the work that Carrie did. If I'm going to go up to my dev branch. There we go. Inside of our source, we have our sample plugin. This is our canonical example. There's a property inspector folder here, and it's got CSS, JavaScript, and the property inspector. There's some standard CSS and JavaScript for interacting with the property inspector so that you get the standard look and feel. I'm going to grab Carrie's couple of files here to get things started. These files are reported not in app settings, in this manifest that Elgato requires that allows us to specify how to interact with the device. So the manifest says, here's where the property inspector lives. Now, I think it's interesting, the property inspector is outside of the actions. It's at a level for the entire plugin, all the actions. So, this is the Octotree plugin here on the left. Yes. Just a one-line comment line to explain the usage would fix this then. Yes, you're right. Oh, cool. You're talking about other features in the pull request. Fantastic. I love seeing folks collaborate, and there's been some great collaboration in our Discord server. You can check that out. There's a link below where the folks that are working on the project together, if you're interested in learning more about it, check it out, and you'll see some of the chatter that's going on about it, especially when we're not streaming and together here like this. But I think it's interesting. The property inspector is at this level instead of at the actions level. Kind of funny like that, but that's where it resides. So I'm going to copy that property inspector path and drop it into my manifest because I want to use that same structure. It just makes sense to me that we have a folder called property inspector. We put all of our HTML in there. So I'll add a new folder here and we'll call it, right? Property, was it property dash inspector? Right, was that it? Yeah, there we go. And I'll need that HTML from from the project. Where's my dev folder with all that? Dev, Stream Deck first, source, sample plugin. There it is. Property inspector. It was a hyphen in there. Underscore. I need to fix that. Marcus Clayton, thanks so much for the follow. I appreciate you joining us. I look forward to seeing you in the chat room. Answering any questions you might have. So, let me now bop back up here, and I'm going to go into, this is my working folder, Stream Deck Dashboard, source, this folder, Property Inspector, paste that down. We should see it pop up here in Visual Studio as well. Now, in Visual Studio, to make sure that these still live on into the actual project, we need to make it content and tell it to copy it into the output folder. This way, when our project deploys, we actually get these files with it. Not custom tool. There we go. Content, copy if newer. Next one. And I've tried doing the control click to select multiple copies of these. And I think there's an issue in Visual Studio 2019 right now where it doesn't do it properly. I forgot the JavaScript. Right, I could double click on this and it'll scan through them. Ooh, content was second. There we go. So save all that, and all of these property settings, in case you want to know how it does it under the scenes, if you want to see different ways to interact, if you're not using Visual Studio, you'll see the content is listed here, and whether it copies to the output directory is listed. Right, so there's my images that I use. There's the stuff for the property inspector we just added. You could write that by hand into here, but I'm in Visual Studio 2019. It's easy to punch that in there. It's underscore, not dash. I copied that file over from the other location. But you're right, it is underscore there. Ugh. There we go. Well, wait, that's the JavaScript file. That's the HTML file. That's good, lined up there. If I go into the HTML file, right, yeah, that needs to be updated also. So you can see this is the HTML, right? And it looks and feels like what we'd build for a web page. Saul, UK, thanks so much for the follow. I appreciate you joining us. Have I given code a try? Why stick with Visual Studio? Visual Studio 2019's near launch. I want to demo and preview it as much as I can so that I can give our friends on the Visual Studio team some feedback. You'll see me use Visual Studio Code a lot here. I think we're going to get into May, and we'll do May is for Macs again. The entire month we'll be running on a Macintosh for all of the code that we're doing. And this past October, we called it Ubuntober. And we did the entire month of October on Ubuntu Linux. I think we'll probably end up doing that again as well. Oh, good. You made a good icon pair here to capture my feelings about one of them. No gritty. Ah, come on, Brent. Oh. I tell you. I need a Discord command. You're right, Hugo. Okay. So if I relaunch this, and I've got a nice debugger script hanging out there, this register. This register plugin and start Stream Deck script will copy over and attach the debugger so that we can see the Stream Deck running. So it's actually shutting down the Stream Deck device now. There it goes. Boom. And it's going to relaunch. There it is. And I'll see it want to attach Stream Deck dashboard because the plugins are actually an exe on disk. And that's what makes using .NET Core for this so great, is that I get cross-platform builds here. So, Sad's trombone is what Gritty was playing last night. Go Habs. Oh, Hugo. So it's a little known fact. I am a Montreal fan, but when they're playing my boys, the Flyers, I gotta support my Philadelphia home team. And they're playing in the Stadium Series actually Saturday night. Why am I not wearing that hat? I forgot they're playing in the Stadium Series tomorrow night. Oh my gosh. We'll go to the Stadium Series. Check that out. Stadium Series. I don't have tickets, but I'm going to be watching it because all the tickets in Philadelphia go through StubHub first, which means you pay triple for whatever it is that you want to go see. Heading into enemy territory to watch that at the stadium. Oh, Brent, have fun with that. I know you're a Penguins fan. Good luck. Anyways, so it's built, it's here, it's running. When I click on this now, there it is. Now I get the HTML loading with that extra label. So I don't want to say starting number. I want to have like a file look up there. Parathon. Oh my gosh. Thank you for bringing your Twitch Prime subscription to me. You'll get to use all the cool emotes here. Thanks so much. And we'll make a donation to Black Girls Code. Was I going for the Scott Guthrie impact wearing my red polo yesterday? Are you referring to Scott? Not Scott. Or the other? Scott. Not really. It was just the first colored shirt that I had. Sitting club level. Ooh, very nice. Have some submotes. Yeah. Oh yeah. We've got a couple of them. So. Yeah, check out the hype. So that's Scott. All right, so this is now showing starting number there. Now, I know there's a sample, and Carrie conveniently gave us a link to some of the samples here. I'm going to grab this. I know there's a... I could swear there's a sample for doing the... file, or I'd really like to be able to choose a folder. Maybe file's right. We want it to look up a CSproj file to start at least. That's not it. Action images. Let me see. Passwords, emails. There you go. And the different formats for these text areas. It looks like you're trying to run a stream. Exactly, Auth0, Bobby. There is, Fairy Wings left, didn't she? She's got a great little thing that appears on her stream. It's a little pet that appears. It's, oh my gosh, I'm blanking on what it's called. I've been talking to these people on and off. It's, not Khadgar. What do they call it? It's a something pet. No. Capamon, that's it. And there's a couple of these that are free that you can go and download. And I grabbed a bot and a cat that are free. I want to try and contract these folks and get either the .NET bot or Clippy made. And I know I can get marketing support to buy that. And even if they don't, I would pay for it myself. But I would love to get them because they have all these neat little actions in here, and to have the paperclip guy standing right here, or the .NET bot greeting folks, I think it would be hysterical. It'd be a lot of fun, and also be able to share it over to the Visual Studio stream and let those folks be able to share that. I think would be a lot of fun and a way to break down and keep things, informal like we do here, and nice interactions. All right, so I'm looking for not meters, not progress. Although that might be cool when we're showing the progress of testing. No. Not progress with labels or lists. Gosh, if only I could do... Hey, Robert tables. No. Multi-select, date, time. I want to find files or folders. File. There we go. Yahtzee. That's what I want. So there's a heading. Let's do this. I'm going to just copy this out, as one does. Except it's not Stack Overflow. Okay. I leave for better part of a week and come back to a slew of new emotes. I know! Isn't it great? True story. If you look at the list of emotes that are out there, there's 12 total emotes. But at least 4 of the emotes were made by Mrs. C# Fritz. So, yeah, absolutely. And is our friend, Carrie, is our friend Lino out there watching as well? Is he hanging out and joining us? Because we might need to have Lino join us at some point here. I think that would be a lot of fun. So I'm going to add this. Now, Carrie added this event handler here. Send value to plugin. And what I'm going to do is grab that same event handler and not on the file label or the file info. I'm going to change this to a .csproj as the filter. Right, but I'm going to put it on that input. All right. I'm going to comment out this other one that we don't need here. And instead of calling it starting number, I'm going to call this project file. Test project file. Lino's in Florida with his son today. Oh, man. C# serverless functions. That's fun. All right. So this will be passed back using the send value to plugin script. Is it going to jump me through? Yes. So here's the property inspector JS. It's actually going to put together this payload to send into my action. So if I go over to the action now, there's an event in here that I can implement. Once again, thanks to Carrie who put this together. So don't do public, just do override and let's see the list. I'm going to override on property inspector message received, and it will include, as part of the payload arguments, right? If I look at the arguments here, action context equals, and then the event, right? That's a string there. So looking at this, payload as properly, there's the payload. So this is the object that I sent from JavaScript. Sweet. So looking at that, right, I'm going to get the action and this settings model that's being sent back is, where'd it go? Over here. Is going to include, right, this value test project file that I should be able to inspect. Hey, Fuel Snable, checking out .NET Core 3 Intrinsic. Best news for you since Link. Nice. So I'm going to grab this, and I should be able to take a look at payload settings model and inspect. Oh my gosh, Bob, thank you very, very much. Oh, I am flattered. Thank you so much for that subscription. We'll make a donation to Black Girls Code, and you're going to get to use our 10 emotes anywhere on Twitch that accepts fine developer hijinks and emotes. Thank you so much. Look at that, and the sentiment went up. Got a bolt. Thanks so much for stopping by, and I should reach out to you and figure out if we can do a stream together sometime. I think that would be a lot of fun. If you're interested, let's put something together. So, and Carrie, thank you for that cheer. Yeah, absolutely. Cool. We will definitely organize something then. I will connect with you on email. Thanks so much. Take care. And yeah, I've got to wrap up here quick. I want to make sure I grab this value and see if I can set it properly before I get too far here. I'm going to record Carrie's cheer and our cheer from our friend Fairy Wings, in our action right here on this new code that we're writing. So, right. There we go. We got 100 from Fairy Wings, and today is, what day is today again? 22nd. There we go. And we got that second 100 then from Carrie. Cool. All right, so now, right, Carrie, I should be able to say payload dot and then reach into test project file to get that project file name, right? Project file name equals, right? Okay, so that's a dynamic at this point. Not all code paths return a value. Return task dot completed task. Haha. Chef Brent. Oh my gosh, Chef Brent is great. You got to check out Chef Brent's channel. He's speed running Cuphead when he's playing games, and he's also writing some code for Twilio. You got to check them out as well. Yeah, the sentiment widget is here. Look at that. And my Azure bill is going up. That's okay. All right, so I have the project file name here. So when we tell it to start running the test, here it is, start running the test. Instead of saying that working directory, I'm going to take the project file name and turn that into a folder location to pass into the working directory. And then I think that's all I need. Daniel Silva says, although it's not related to coding, am I aware of the Children's Safe Drinking Water Fund? Got really fascinated about how they do it. I am not. Mentioning as some org to donate. So, starting in April, we'll look at a second organization to donate to. We're going to do a different organization each quarter. Drop me a line on Discord and let's talk about that. Patch and Switcher live. So is Ed Charbonneau. Okay. You know what? We haven't rated Ed. Maybe we'll raid Ed today. So let's see. I'm going to make this project file name. I'm going to save that as a field. All right. I don't want it dynamic. I want that to be a string. So down here when I start tests, right? So the project folder is going to be new. Well, can I say file dot? I'm going to need to control dot into that. Nah, I want a new file info. Why are you saying name of? I never name of. Project file name. Dot directory. Directory name is going to give me the full name? Yes. Good. So then I should be able to replace this with project folder, right? Carrie, what do you think? Let's give it a shot. Chef Brent streaming code? Absolutely, Robert Tables. He's an OG code streamer. He's really good. Can I rate someone who is hosting you and get into an endless loop? Smab. It's like Inception, but for code. It would be magical what happens at that point. I don't think we're going to get that far, but... all right, so left, here's my music. So if I click this... There we go, select file. We'll change that label. All right. So this is in cdev fritz.stream deck dashboard test. And if I select that... Well, it didn't do anything there. Let's put a break in the action. There's a break in the action. Put a break right there. So when I select this, now it didn't trigger and get down in here. No, I'm not getting in there. Gonna need to dig into that a little. Anyone leave the Discord link? The Discord link is actually just below here. On the wall. Come on. Yeah, I turned off the Discord. I need to put that back in there. There it is. Paste. Extension method to pull payload value. Also, lose focus of the text box to trigger. There you go. Alright, so I'm... Alright, hang on. Lose focus of the text box. Well, I thought it was an on change. Let's go over here. Not on changed, it's a file box. So, do we need that to be an on blur? And there's an extension method? What do we got, Carrie? Payload has property. Aha! Well, that'll tell me if it has property. Is it... Oh, get payload value. Look at that! Well, shoot. Alright. And then it was... test project file. Do a thing like that. Nice. Okay. That's pretty cool. So let's see if that actually triggers and launches. Need knowledge base entry added for Discord. Yes, we can do that. That's on the wiki. And it should update. A knowledge base article for Octotree. It's not a bad idea. It's not a bad idea. Alright, so over here and this. Select file. C dev Fritz. Stream Deck dashboard. Test. No. Didn't jump into my action. No. Is it a different event? Because it's a file. Let's go back to the sample. You know what? I don't see JavaScript wired up here at all to this. Is there something over here? Yeah, look at the add event listeners. If the value equals file. Ah, okay. Oh, man. So we need to juggle it. Need to start doing some code streams. Kevin Spicy, I think it'd be fantastic. If info. So if it found file info, right, which is... Okay, file group, item, file. Well, it's not... Oh, there it is. File info. Yeah, that's a label. Just simulate the original file. Go back up. Okay, so if the type is file, query selector, so it's going to find that. No, it's basically putting together the file name to pop in there. Okay. Decode URI component. And this is inside of handle SDPI item click. Pointers, yeah, nice. Let's see here. Item. All right, we need to figure out how to bust this apart. So it should be e value, right? The value of the object that's coming out of this. So we're calling send value to plugin. Right? There it is. value in the parameter. Okay, so I have the value. Event target value. Let's log that value first. Let's make sure it's doing that properly. Because it is a... Oh, shoot, I'm going to have to hook up the log. Oh, boy. I would put it back on changed. Okay, let's go back and put it on changed. Then click on the title box after the file was selected. Well, let's find out. I need to restart. I'm going to need to rebuild so that it redeploys. What the heck? Build. Go. Do it. Hey, talk to me, Gooseman's here. How's it going, buddy? And we should see this connect. There it is. There we go. Let the debugger run through. So when I click on this once, there's my select file. Choose the file. Dashboard, test project. Now we got it. All right, what does args look like? Let's take a look at that. So we'll open this up. There's the payload. There's our settings model. Where the heck is counter coming from? But there's my project file. Nice. But I'm seeing that I'm going to need to... Right? The project file name has the %2f. I'm going to need to HTML decode it. I can use the Chrome debugger tools. Yes, you're right. So the value coming out here, right? I'm going to get the payload value. I don't want to put it directly into the project file name. I want to do an HTML decode. What is it? Is it... Where is it? Is it HTML utility? System web. Yeah, there it is. URL decode the value that came back. That should get me what I'm looking for. Let's rebuild. Let's take a look-see. First thing you need to do is get used to having an editor font that is larger than 6 point. Oh my gosh, dude. Yeah. Hey, talk to me, Gooseman. You got your extension released. Big applause there for Talk to Me, Gooseman. He's been working on... That's the closed captioning extension, correct? All right, so that should be running. I'll click over here, click onto this. CDiv. Oh, congratulations, sir. That is phenomenal. Can you drop a link to it so that folks can check it out? There we go. And my project file name has C fake path in it. Wood. Yeah, congratulations there, Talk to Me, Gooseman.
At Talk to Me, Gooseman.
Nice try there, Stream Elements. Nice try. Where did it get that fake path from? Right, okay, so first it was replacing that over here. I'll replace that in my... That feels stupid to have that in here. Right? Grab that. Alright, so that should now not have the fake path in there, but should allow me to change the folder appropriately. So let's rebuild. More code on screen is more distraction for viewers. Yes, readability. And also remember, a lot of folks are using, they're not using a full screen We've got folks that are watching on an Xbox. We've also got folks that are watching on their phone. So you need to find a good balance between the two. All right. And there's the debugger attached. Good. So now if I go in here, click on this, select that file, go back to it. Tests. There we go. So now my project file name is correct. When I go down here, before the process starts, right, it didn't keep that file name in the label here, so we've got that problem we're going to have to deal with. There we go, and the project folder it's looking at is correct. And it should start running my test properly. Look at that. Look at that. So now we can set the test, but we need to get this thing set properly, and I'm going to need to save that for another time because I do have a doctor's appointment. I'm picking up my CPAP here in about 45 minutes, and I need to get to that. Let's commit those changes. Not in this folder. Fritz, Stream Deck, Dashboard. There. Now get status over here. We need to add that new folder. No. Well, yeah, we need to add that. That. Connected the property inspector. And now supporting project selection. Always got to look at my keys for that. That's terrific. That makes me feel really good that we have that working properly now. So let's wrap up, shall we? So we now have an update to the Stream Deck plugin so that it will allow us to select a project here. We still have to get it to remember it and save it in here and remember it when we go from screen to screen so that that property persists with it. But we're so close to being done here. I may actually do this off stream and just share the results next time because I really want to finish this and get it published. We took a look at some Python issues and I had a real bad time with Python installing properly on my system, even though I kept telling it to fix. I finally got Python running on my system by actually uninstalling all the other Pythons that I had installed and installing using Chocolatey. I think that's all the time I have for now. Let's set up a raid, and I think there was a suggestion for us to raid our friend Ed Charbonneau. Let me make sure I spell his name right. There we go. Ed's been talking about Blazor recently. Blazor is a technology that uses .NET and C# to let you write code that compiles to WebAssembly that'll run client-side in the browser. So, folks, make sure you bring along all your favorite emotes from our channel. Say hi to Ed for me, and I'll be back on Sunday morning, 10 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Pacific, 1500 UTC, and we'll be doing some more coding then. Alrighty? Thanks so much, everybody, for joining me. I'll see you then. Take care, and say hello to Ed for me. Yeah, drop them sub-motes. Take care.